Hey, sports porchers! It's your hockey Jesus, and I'm back with Game 46 analysis and talk about the Tristan Jarry waiver. But the Game 46 analysis is the game against the Seattle Kraken that happened a few nights ago. We have lots to get to here on the porch. I'm your hockey Jesus. I'm here to deliver some truths. And if you saw the last sign that I had up, it said goalie problems. And now are the goalie problems solved? Well, I'm not so sure about that. Let's talk a little bit about the Seattle game. This was a classic meltdown by the Pittsburgh Penguins. When they play their worst, this is the kind of game you talk about. You talk about a game where you outshoot your opponent, you outplay them pretty much in every facet. And when I say outshoot, the final shot total was 33-17. So basically, you double their shots. And you give up the first goal, but you overcome it. And then you give up 3 third period goals to a Seattle team that's not very good. Now, granted, the Cord is actually, believe it or not, one of the better goalies in the league. I think it's the only reason Seattle's not an absolute free fall. I think if we had the Cord, we would definitely be in a playoff spot now. I know that might be a hot take for some of you, but I truly believe that's the issue. The goalie issues are part of the problem. They're not all the problem, and I'm going to illustrate that by showing you the goal that basically got Tristan Jarry waived. That's right, I said Tristan Jarry waived yesterday. Kyle Dubas had to do what he had to do. And I've been talking about this. I said the Pittsburgh Penguins have to go in one of two directions. They either have to just keep Jarry up, see what's happening. And in fairness, they gave him a what they called a rehab assignment down in Wilkes-Barre. And they felt like he got better and they brought him up. But since he's been up for the season, Tristan Jarry is 8-12 with 20 points, so that means he's got 4 loser points. But he was 8-12 on the season, a 331 save percentage, 331 save percentage, and an 886 save percentage. That's not very good. If you're below 900, you're not going to be on a team that's going to make a run in the playoffs. Let's just put it that way, unless you have the likes of Mario Lemieux, Ron Francis, and Kevin Stevens. And the last time I checked, this is not your 1990 Pittsburgh Penguins. So we don't have that. So we need to have a goalie that has a 900 save percentage. So I think when Dubas was looking at it, he said, okay, well, we got to bring Bloomqvist up. And immediately, the Pittsburgh Penguins went from somebody who had an 886 save percentage, 48th in the league, to somebody who has a 904 save percentage, 18th in the league. And I think this is similar to what they did with Lars Eller. It's also kind of a push to the team that says, we're making a change because we believe in you. We think that we have enough talent in our farm team system to bring up that can take us over the hump. And honestly, it worked because the Pittsburgh Penguins went from a 67 points per season team when they traded Lars Eller to an 82, really 78 right now because of the loss to Seattle, 78. But still, that was a 10 point jump in season projection and points. They need a similar thing to happen. I keep saying, got to get the 90 points. Got to get to 90 points. 91 was the last team in last year. I think 90 is going to do it this year. I was saying 95 points, but I think it's come down a little bit because of all the teams and all the more there's more parity in the league this year. And I'm going to show you. That. Let's get to the goal. I'm going to try something new tonight. I'm going to show my screen, and I'm going to try and talk about this goal as we watch it. Hopefully, you'll be able to see it okay. It's a trial run. That's what we do on the porch. We just kind of fly by the seat of our pants. We don't do anything. This is essentially live. So let me share my screen, and let me find the one that I want. Yep, there we go. Let's share this. Okay, so this is, let me set it up for you guys. This is, you can see the score 0-0. Penguins are on a power play. Sid's going to go get the puck, okay? He's going to shoot it in, but when he shoots it in, this guy over here, that's Michael Bunting. He's on the ice. Rax is on the ice. And Rust is down here on the wall. And this is Grizzlick. Grizzlick's going to circle back because he wants to make sure Sid can do whatever it is Sid does. So watch this play out.
A little surprise.
Okay, so here's the dump, right? Off of him, when he dumps it in, he shot it to the goalie. Probably not a great idea, but at this point, you're doing okay. You got 3-on-3 here. The fourth guy for Seattle is back up the ice a little bit. And Rax is just kind of coming in to play it. The Cord makes a really nice play, and he shoots it out. Let's give it to the Cord for making a nice play here.
The Cord to handle the puck. He's been
shoots it out. Russ missed it. Now, here's the problem. They've already got a guy down low. Rax went in. Rust missed it. Here's Sid. He's the fourth guy. Sid comes in. When he saw that happen, and by the way, that puck went over here to McCann, who's standing down here on the boards. When Sid goes in, this blurb right here is Sidney Crosby. When Sid goes in, he should have recognized that Stevenson, that's the guy who's going to score the goal, is coming up the ice and probably should have made a beeline for it. Bunting recognizes it, and he knows he's got to get back. Now, we do have the defenseman. Grizzlick's still back there because he went to help out Sid. And let's watch what happens.
On that front, the first 2 minutes of change.
Okay, right there. See, Sid went the whole way in. Here comes Bunting. He's going to make a beeline back. Grizzlick's back here. He knows he's screwed. So McCann immediately gets it over the Stevenson. And then watch Bunting.
This brings a 2-on-1.
Bunting does a really nice job down here of getting down to McCann, who made the pass. Grizzlick's kind of in no man's land. He can't close the gap enough, but he doesn't want Stevenson to make a move to get past him, so he's just going to kind of push him to the boards. He does the right thing. Let's play it out. There it is, right there. So McCann kind of let up. Bunting got in front of him. Bunting's going to get the rebound when Jarry makes the save. And Grizzlick right here is getting in front of Stevenson. Where he is shooting the puck, he's above the circle. That's not a high danger shot. High danger shots are from dot to dot inside this zone right here. That's a high danger shot. This is a routine save, and watch what happens.
Stevenson shooting. Scores!
Boom. Right into the net. It went right through his 6-hole, and it wasn't tipped. It was just a clean shot, and Jarry can't make the frickin' save. And look at this up here. One shot on goal. That's the second shot on goal. And that right there is the dagger that put Tristan Jarry on waivers. And as well it should have, because that's just that's the most ridiculous shot I've ever seen. When I saw it happen, I said, oh, that's great. Of course Tristan Jarry's going to do it. Look, and my towels are falling down because it was such a terrible shot. I don't know what to say. So that's why Tristan Jarry, this is what I'm going to say. That's why Tristan Jarry got waived. That has happened way too much. In the first period, I know that Pittsburgh hadn't been going, but they were on the power play, for God's sakes. On top of that, Seattle did that with 4 guys on the ice, and we had 5 guys on the ice. Sid didn't help out by pushing in. He probably should have peeled back there, and I'm sure he'd be the first one to admit that. But that's a routine save. A guy that, isn't coming back and back checking like that. Bunting did help out. Grizzlick was there, and that is the problem. That is exactly why Tristan Jarry got cut. So that's it for Jarry. He's done. He's not going to be back. He got put on waivers. Nobody claimed him. Surprise, surprise. And the Pittsburgh Penguins, like I said, had a horrendous homestand. They needed to go 4-1. They went 1-4. They did get a loser point at the beginning from Columbus. And Boy, the Pittsburgh Penguins got a lot of ground to make up now. I do think that this is the reason they brought up Bloomqvist. They think he's a better goalie, and he is a better goalie. They think he's ready to take the next step. We'll see. That's actually not proven. And they really are hoping that they get that 10-point bump in projections for the season. Now, it's weird because what's going to happen is we're going to go, we got basically a 7-game road trip. And then we've got 4 more games. I believe half at home. Half at home. Yeah, half at home and half away before we get to the Four Nations tournament. So 11 games before we get to the Four Nations tournament. And I think what they're hoping is in these 11 games, playing Bloomqvist a lot and then giving him a break. By the way, I forgot to mention Ned's still on the team. The reason they're not going to Ned is because Ned's statistics are scarily similar to Tristan Jarry. Ned is 7-11 on the season. Actually, he's 7-7-4, but you know how I hate that. So he's 7-11. He's got that makes 18 points that he has gained for the Pittsburgh Penguins. He has a 3.4 goals against average, a little bit higher than Jarry, and an exact same save percentage, 886. So Ned's had some great games. He's had save percentages in games that were 936 in wins. And I think that's what they're hoping. They're hoping to get that Ned every night, every third night, every fourth night. They're going to try and play Bloomqvist as much as possible. But what has happened over the homestand in the last 5 games, I just have to show you this because it's absolutely terrible what has happened. Let me get to it. Share my screen. Window. Here we go. All right, let's share this. So what you're going to see here are the standings. Now, we did it at the beginning of the season, at the beginning of the year, and you can see that Toronto, this is what Toronto was at the beginning of the year, and then this is where they are now before tonight's games are played, and this is Thursday night, January 16th. So Toronto is actually pretty much flat. Florida, pretty much flat. Maybe they fell back a little bit, but no big deal. Boston has actually fallen off quite a bit. They were trending at 93 points. They're trending down here now at 87 points. So they fell back quite a bit. Tampa Bay has made a surge. You can see, actually, they were down here in the wild card, but now Tampa's up here in the third spot at 96 points. Washington, so that's the Atlantic. The Metro, Washington is at 117, New Jersey 102, and Carolina 100. All these teams really are pretty much locked into the Metro. There's nothing you can really say about that. But let's look and see what happened in the wild card. So in the wild card, this is where things have really changed up. Before it was Tampa in the wild card and Ottawa. Boston now and Tampa have swapped spots. Ottawa's still there, but look at what happened. Columbus was way down here at 78. Columbus was one of the teams that we lost to. We actually got a loser point, but we really lost to them. 78 points. They've zoomed up to projected 89 points. That's where the Pittsburgh Penguins needed to be. Right where Columbus is, right there. They had the chance to do it, and they did not. But Columbus did it. Good for them. That team has really just kind of gotten it together, with the Johnny Gaudreau situation in the offseason. They've found a way to find another gear. Good for them. Montreal had been at 82 points. They've even surged a little bit. 88 points. Philadelphia, they've pretty much, let's see, where was Philly here? Philly was at 82. Now they're at 80. They're pretty much the same. Pittsburgh, we dropped 4 points. We're at projected 78 from 82. And that's going to be a problem because you can see that trend here for 78 points is only just above Buffalo. Buffalo was at 79. They've come up a little bit, but since have fallen off. Detroit was at 75. And they're at 84. So they've actually gained a lot. And that's because of the coaching change. They really got it going on. I think they got like a 7-game streak going on. And so they've surged 9 points. And they've put themselves in a position to move ahead of Pittsburgh. And that's exactly what the Penguins needed to do. And they didn't do it. And the Islanders, 82. They they surged a little bit, but boy, they were way behind. They needed to get more than plus 6 points. So what you can see is happening is that the Pittsburgh Penguins, while they fell apart, other teams came up, and even though they got some loser points in there that made it look like they're relevant, they're really still not that relevant. So they got their work cut out for them on this road trip, 7-game road trip. They got back-to-back games coming up, Buffalo Friday night, and in Washington, they're all away. In Washington, Saturday night, back-to-back games. I'll tell you, the Pittsburgh Penguins got their work cut out for them, but maybe Bloomqvist is the savior. It could be. He might be. I'd love to see good new guys come up. I still would love to see a change in that fourth line out in the Ado and a Jarry into some more talent with Bras or maybe bring McGroarty back up. I don't think they're going to do that. I think this is it. This is the move. And then, like I said, then we got the Four Nations tournament coming up. Hey, I'm your hockey Jesus. This is what I do for you. I do some analysis. I try and give you the truth. I try and back it up with some stats and some video to show you that the Pittsburgh Penguins really need some help. And I hope they get it soon. We'll find out tomorrow night when they play Buffalo. Buffalo's a team they got to keep behind them, just like the others. And if they don't, well, then they got some work cut out for them. I'm your hockey Jesus. If you like what you see, hit that subscribe button, smash it. I'll be back after the next Penguins game. Until then, Pittsburgh Penguins fans, let's go Pens. Let's get